Habits of industry are a necessity to be acquired. Welcome to One Truth, and thank you for joining me today. And here we will keep you motivated and encouraged. Are you new to the channel? Please consider to subscribe and give us a like. That would be greatly appreciated. And as we are in the stream, we are going through this wonderful book looking at Adventist home, which is targeting the families. If you want to build your family, please go with me as we go through this wonderful book looking at Adventist home. And today we're on the title, A Young Lady Counseled to Acquire Habits of Industry. Most of the time, some parents, because that they are well off, they can manage to have a lot of things, and they have even maids in their houses, and as a result the children are not trained properly up until they reach a stage when they have to go to marry. But even if they will go there, they don't have any knowledge on how to do household duties, and they don't know anything. As a result, it becomes tough to them because no matter how rich you can be, your husband will still want to have home cooked meals. You can't be always ordering. So, as we go through together, please go with me. You have peculiarities of character which need to be sternly disciplined and resolutely controlled before you can, with any safety, enter the marriage relation. Therefore, marriage should be put from your mind until you overcome the defects of your character, for you would not make a happy wife. You have neglected to educate yourself for systematic, in the necessity of acquiring habits of industry. The habit of enjoying useful labor, once formed, will never be lost. You are then prepared to be placed in any circumstances in life, and you will be fitted for the position. You will learn to love activity. If you enjoy useful labor, your mind will be occupied with your employment, and you will not find time to indulge in dreamy fancies. Knowledge of useful labor will impart mind, energy, efficiency, and a becoming modest dignity, which will command respect. There is this man, he had a girlfriend, and one point in time he went to a different place, and then now he requested that the girlfriend should come over. Not that we are supporting that people should just stay like that, but at that time it happened like that. And as the lady came in, they stayed together, and the husband at first he started ordering so that he can please the wife, and the wife was happy because she was tired after a long journey that she had traveled. And as she was there, the man started to realize that it was becoming normally. When he goes to work and comes back, you will find the dishes the way that you would have left them. You will still find the lady still lying there in bed, and she says she's resting. For the first day, he tolerated up until the next week. And when he's at work, the lady will say to him, "Can you please order something? I need to eat now. It's lunchtime." And the husband, at first, he was willing doing it. He got tired about it. Now, as he comes home, he's not happy at all. And then now he starts to complain. And they had an argument up until they end up separating, because the man could not tolerate to have a wife who's so ugly, cannot do anything. She just wants to look at herself. She always wants to look so beautiful. But the surrounding that she is, she doesn't take it into consideration. So there is a necessity to value of practical education for girls. Men who consider it necessary for a son to be trained with a reference seem to consider it entirely optional with herself whether or not their daughter is educated to be independent and self-supporting. So as we look at it, some parents, they always look at, if the daughter comes in to say that, "I have got this young man, he wants to marry me," then they ask, what does he do for a living? Is he going to be able to sustain and the family and manage to handle and do everything that is needed as a husband? But then at some point in time, they fail to realize that what is it that them as parents have done to make sure that their daughter is an industrious daughter. Even when she goes there, she won't be a burden to the husband and to the family of the husband if perhaps they are staying with the family. So these are things which are looked down upon, but they are very essential in the development and strengthening the. She usually learns little at school, which can be put to practical use in earning her daily bread and receiving no instruction at home in the mysteries of the kitchen and domestic life. She grows up utterly useless, a burden upon her parents. A woman who has been taught to take care of herself is also fitted to take care of others. She will never be a drag in the family or in society. When fortune frowns, there will be a place for her somewhere, a place where she can learn an honest living and assist those who are dependent upon trained to some business whereby she can gain a livelihood if necessary, passing over other honorable employments. Every girl should learn to take charge of the domestic affairs of a home, should be a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress. So some women, no matter how educated they, but when it comes to the household duties, they have to be familiar and well vexed, and they can do it properly. Even if they will have to hire a maid to come in, but still, it doesn't take their responsibility in make sure that they look after the home. They are a housekeeper. And if you look at nowadays, we have got women empowerment. Women, they are so empowered in a way that the man is being suppressed in society. And as a result, this affects many marriages. And there seems to be no way to solve this, but it is simple. One has to take care of his responsibilities and duties. And in that way, we will have successful and vibrant families. We are looking at that women, they need love and men need respect. So if these two are valued in a Christ-centered home, we will have wonderful and a home that the heavenly angels would love to visit. So we look at that some other women, they are just so useless because they can't do anything. They know is to always to look after their nails, to make sure that their hair is looking nice. But what about the surrounding? They can't even take care of their own children. But the maid is the only one who knows everything. The shoes, the clothing, everything. Then the mother doesn't know anything. Is that a proper home? Can you please share with me your thoughts on the comment section? That would be greatly appreciated. So as we continue further, we should look at that. She should understand all those things which it is necessary that the mistress of a household should know. Whether her family are rich or poor, this is a must, regardless of whatsoever tribe you're coming from, whatsoever wealth you have. But this is a must. Then if reverses come, she is prepared for any emergence. She is in a manner independent of circumstances. A knowledge of domestic duties is beyond price to every woman. There are families without number whose happiness is wrecked by the inefficiency of the wife and mother. It is not so important that our daughters learn painting, fancy work, music, or even cube root, or the figures of rhetoric, as they that learn how to cut, make, and mend their own clothing, or to prepare food in a wholesome and palatable manner. When a little girl is 9 or 10 years old, she should be required to take a regular share in household duties as she is able, and should be held responsible for the manner in which she does her work. That was a wise father who, when asked what he intended to do with his daughters, replied, I intend to apprentice them to their excellent mother, that they may learn the art of improving time and be fitted to become wives and mothers, heads of families, and useful members of society. So these kind of people in society, they will be forever valued because of their own responsibilities that they are taking into consideration and making sure that everything which they do it for the glory of the Lord. So in whatsoever things we might look down upon them, and we are talking about the issues of cooking, we're talking about the issues of washing dishes, all these kind of things. they are a necessity. They might be looked down upon, but they are very important in the development of a family structure. Now we look at that the children, as they are growing up, they have to be trained well with all these aspects. But if it is neglected, it tends to be a disaster in many families. So this is what we have as we're looking at the duties that are to be given for women. And also on the next stream, we'll be looking at the prospective husband should be thrifty and industrious. What do we mean by that? Please join me in the next stream and make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, like, and shout out with a comment. And also don't forget to um, uh, clicking down below the bell so that you will be notified when I get when I get um, online on the next live stream. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have a good day.